Hello, hello. Central Strong, aka Kiddo Central. I will be posting this on Facebook, so that's why I said Kiddo Central, because that's one of my Facebook name pages. One of my names on my Facebook pages. But I'm here with a podcast episode. Haven't been on this for a while. It's been actually a few months, I believe, but I'm back at it. And I want to just share some wisdom and share some knowledge, if I can, with whoever listens to this. And what I'm sharing is that in society, people will expect certain things out of you. In reality, you should always remember that society isn't you. The world isn't you. The majority isn't you. The norm isn't you. You are you. And you have many factors and many personality traits that make you different from any other human being on this earth. And that's for every single human being on this earth. And I will go into an example that I went through at work. A few days ago, I somehow messed up a tire on one of my boss's trucks because he told me to get something from a trailer while I was working on a construction site, and I got the right item, but make a long story short, we had to go back and get something else. So, well, actually, no, I got the wrong item by accident. I thought I had the right item, but he said, that's fine, I got to go back to the trailer anyway, let's get the right item, blah, 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 and he wanted me to come with him. So he drove the truck the second time around, going back to that trailer to find the item that he really needs. So at some point, he noticed that the wheels on the truck was like tilted, and like the wheel on the truck was like going through something, and the truck was like kind of slanted a little bit, and he was wondering what was wrong with his truck. And on the way to the trailer, I forgot to add this, but there was a lot of mud on the ground, and a lot of tough mud, because on November 22nd, it was like pretty warm, and I think it rained the day before, so it was just super, super muddy. And the barn is around a lot of ground, so it's just a lot of mud. And it was kind of hard to get inside of the entering area of the barn. It was even harder to get out of it because it was an entrance that was different from the exit. So from that, the truck went through a lot of stuff, and so have I. Literally, he parked the truck in this parking lot in front of this school that we're building on the construction site. And me and him both took a look at the truck because he thought something was wrong with the wheel. Turns out it was something wrong with the wheel. So it was damaged. And he was screaming, cursing, losing his mind, like thinking that the whole world's about to come to an end because the wheel on the truck was accidentally damaged. And I didn't even notice it myself until he drove the second time around going to the trailer. So he literally asked me if I knew how to change the tire, and because he had a tire changing kit in the truck, like in the back seat of the truck behind us. I told him no. I never changed a tire in my whole entire life. He looked at me and said, "You never changed a tire in your whole life?" With like a surprising voice. And I'm like, nope, I never did it. Literally, he started shaking his head, like stumping his feet, saying, "I can't believe you're 25 and you never changed a tire. When I was 17 years old, I done this, I done that. I changed numerous amount of tires and everything." So make a long story short, on this, he showed me how to change the tire, but I done 50% of the work. So he told me to like get on the ground and, use the jack to raise the truck up, make sure that make sure I had the truck up all the way, use the hose to help the wheel get some air, I took the rim off the truck, and me and him both took off. I forgot what they are. They're more like nods on the wheel of the truck, not like I don't know if that's the name of it, but they're like things that you use, I think, one of the tools to twist the knots off so the truck can come loose and the wheel can come loose off the truck, and you can use the spare tire that is underneath the truck that me and him both pulled out together and put it in place where the damaged tire is at. And me and him done 50% of the work. I done 50, he done 50. So when I got back on the break, they were cracking jokes on me about how they were shocked that I never changed the tire, They were saying, I bet you don't know how to change the oil. I bet you don't know how to do this on the car and that in the car. And I'm like, I told them straight up, guys, there's some things I know about cars and some things I don't know. I learned something new today. That's all that matters. Age is a number. I made some jokes back with them even. I didn't get offended, but I was just kind of baffled that everyone thought that was a laughing matter when really it wasn't that funny. But people joke around. It's construction. People are going to run their mouths. And not just for construction, but with life. So I took everything as a joke, and I just, in a way, defended myself instead of just standing there and letting people make fun of me. I said stuff back. But the key point is, on that message, is everyone learns things differently, and we all go through things in life and learn things in life at different ages. Literally, that at the age of 25 is the age I learned how to change a tire on a truck. There's nothing wrong with that. And there might be a time where you might learn something in your life way later than what most people or some people feel like you should learn that task or that lesson. And when someone shares that with you and complains to you, say, oh, you're just now doing this and you're this old, or you've been through that and you're just now finding this out, you should always have it in the front of your conscious that you are who you are. And because you learned something or done something at a later age or a later time frame in your life doesn't mean anything. As long as you cross the finish line, that's what matters. As long as you grow and learn something new, no matter how late people think you learning whatever you're learning, that is fine. A 6-minute mile and a 12-minute mile are both a mile. No matter the time, they're both a mile. And when people try to belittle you for just not doing something at a time span that they feel like you should have done it, that's because they already got expectations in their own lives that they probably didn't reach. So they try to poke at somebody else because they feel like that there's something that they're lacking in and that they're not doing the best in. And I'm here to tell you, don't let what those people say or think or do get you down. A lot of people poke at other people's failures and setbacks and insecurities because they're too scared or too weak or too fragile even to save themselves from their own insecurities and their own faults and their own setbacks and their own mistakes and disappointments. So, society is a place where judgments fly all through the atmosphere every day, all day. And everywhere you go, you'll hear someone talk about somebody else. You'll hear someone complain to somebody else. You'll hear somebody try to disapprove someone else because they want a person to do something or be a way that they picture them to be like. And in this world, you must do what's best for you no matter what people say or think. If someone gives you unwanted advice, you're more than able. You're more than okay. You're more than, capable, per se, or have the right to do this. You're more than welcome to just say, hey, thank you for your advice. I'm just going to do what I'm doing, and I feel like it's best for me. If it's not harming anyone else, if it's not doing any damage to anybody else, you should just tell them, thank you for your advice, but I prefer doing this my own way. If someone's making a complaint to you, just tell them, I'm trying my best. I really am. If you believe that I'm not doing a good enough job, you can either take my spot and do it yourself, or you give me a different task. But overall, I'm giving it all I got. And telling me what you're telling me won't probably help me move any faster or do this better. So when society say what society says, always remember that you can stick up for yourself. And you don't have to be violent. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be negative. And you can defend yourself and still be yourself. You should not change the pace of your life. You should not change the goals of your life, the direction of your life, because of what someone else say or think about you. Because once people say that, that's what they probably think you're going to do. They probably want you to do that. And that would pretty much be controlling. And that's going to lead you or lead whoever that does that in a very unhappy place, because you're changing their whole lifestyle because of what someone else think about them. And I'm here to say, someone would think that you're worth up to nothing and your worth is nothing. And then the next person would think that you're one of the best people they ever met. So no matter what, just be yourself. Follow your own pace, follow your own goals, follow your own expectations. Society's all over the place. Some people might think you're nowhere. Some people might think you're on top of the world. But never lose your pace and your goals and your expectations because of what the other people on this planet think you should be doing. I pray that this helps somebody out there, because I know it's going to help me, as I already experienced this myself. But helping you is helping me. Thank you, and I hope you have a blessed day.